Tonight means a good deal to me.
Your place is downstairs.
This is important to me, Father. Don't ask me why. I don't know exactly, but it has something to do with when I was a child. This room, good times.
I insist that you do as I've told you, Linda.
I suppose you realize it means the end of us, then.
Don't talk nonsense, but do as I say.
It is the end. But all the same, I intend to have supper here tonight in my home with my friends.
Your persistence in calling this room your home is something that I cannot fathom.
No, you can't, can you? But I repeat, this room is my home. It's the only home I've ever known. Certainly there's nothing downstairs that understands me or that I understand. But there is something here that I do understand, and that understands me. Maybe it's Mother. Mother was a sweet and exciting soul, Father. But whatever happiness she ever had in this house, she had here in this room.
I've told you.
You thought I'd come around, didn't you? You always think people will come around. Not me. Not tonight. And I shan't be bothered here either. Because if there's one thing you can't stand, it's the scene. And if you interfere, I can promise you a beauty.
Linda, if you're not happy here, why don't you go away? I shall be very glad if next month you will take your maid and Miss Talcott.
All right, Father. That's just what I am going to do right after the wedding. But no maids. And no Miss Talcott. Just me, Linda, the kid herself.
Come along, Johnny. Johnny, you've done a fine piece of work, and I want to congratulate you. Seaton has told us.
Marvelous.
Your stock's going up with a rush, it seems. Now's the time to make hay, I think.
Hay?
Money. Money.
Now, all those years you worked so, they'll pay interest, Johnny.
Richard Ames is a fine house. And in my opinion, you couldn't be with anything better for the time being.
You better not wait too long to get Johnny into the bank, Father. He'll cost you too much.
I've made up my mind not to take up the Richard Ames offer.
What's this?
I don't want to get tied up for life quite so soon. I'm afraid I'm not as anxious as I should be for the things people work toward. You see, I don't want too much money.
Too much money?
Well, more than I need to live by. It's always been my plan to make a few thousands early in the game if I could, and then quit for as long as they last, and try to find out who I am and what I am and what goes on and what about it. Now, while I'm young and feel good all the time. I'm sure Julia understands what I mean. Don't you, Julia?
Why, I'm not sure that I do, Johnny.
You wish to occupy yourself otherwise, is that it? As a gentleman of leisure?
Well, as a man whose time, for a while at least, is his own. That's what I've been plugging for ever since I was 10. Right or wrong, it means more to me than anything in the world, except Julia. And I have a feeling that if I let this chance slip by, there'll never be another one for me. So I don't think anyone will mind if I just have a go at it. Will they, Julia? Will they, dear?
Father, will you let Johnny and me talk a while?
Just a moment. As I understand it, you have some objection, perhaps, to our manner of living?
Oh, not for you, sir. I haven't the slightest doubt in the world but that it's all right for you, or that it may be the answer for a lot of people. But for me, well, you see, I don't want to live in what they call a certain way. In the first place, I'd be no good at it.
Well, in all my experience, I've never heard such a...
Father, dear, it'll be all right. I promise you.
Case, it strikes me that you chose a strange time to tell us this. In fact, if I'd not already sent the announcements to the newspapers and invited a number of our friends here tonight...
Oh, I see.
Come, Julia, we must go down now.
In a moment, Father.
Oh, darling, he didn't get what I'm driving at all. My plan is...
Johnny, why did you do it? You know how that talk would antagonize him.
You think talk is all it was?
Yes, I do. I've known quite a few men who don't work. And of all the inane, unhappy lives, it's unthinkable
I might do it differently.
Differently.
Julia, do you love me?
Oh, you won't listen to me.
Yes, I will.
I suppose it doesn't occur to you how it would look for you to stop work now.
Look? Why, how? Oh, you mean there'd be those who'd think I'd married money and then called it a day?
There would be. There'd be plenty of them.
I shouldn't mind. Oh, darling, don't you see what I'm aiming at either? Just try a little blind faith for a while, won't you? Come along with me.
Johnny.
The whole way, dear.
Johnny, wait until next year. Or 2 years. And we'll think about it again. If it's right, it can be done then as well as now. You can do that for me, for us, can't you?
You think by that time that I'd have come around? That's what you think, isn't it? I'd have come around.
But don't you see that it... Oh, it isn't so important. We must go downstairs now. You coming?
In a moment. I want to talk to Linda first, if you don't mind.
But I do mind. Will you come, please?
In a moment.
You better get downstairs, young man.
Not right now.
I'm afraid I don't know how to entertain you. I've done all my stuff.
I don't need entertaining.
Well, you wouldn't care to step into a waltz, would you, Mr. Kane?
I'd love it. There's a conspiracy against you and me, child.
I suppose, like the fathead you are, you told them all your little hopes and dreams.
Yeah,
Pretty disappointing.
pretty bad.
Poor boy.
How about your own evening?
Not so good either.
Poor girl.
But we won't mind, will we?
We won't mind. Place head, A, against cheek, B, and proceed as before. Of course, they may be right.
Don't you believe it?
They seem awful sure.
It's still your ride, isn't it? You know where you want to go, don't you?
You're a brick, Linda.
Shut your silly face. There, that's enough. I'm getting excited.
What?
Thanks. You can go now. It was grand. Listen.
That's it, all right.
Happy New Year, Johnny.
Happy New Year, dear.
Johnny, you're so attractive.
You're all right yourself.
Calm down now. They'll be waiting. You can count on Sister Linda, Johnny. Go on now.
Oh, Linda.
What?
Your father... Well, I've been put in a position that...
Do you love Julia, Johnny?
Why, of course I do.
If ever she needed you, she needs you now. Oh, Nettie, once it's announced, she'll go through with it. Then you can help her. I can't anymore. I've tried for 20 years. You're her only hope. Go on, Johnny.
Hello, Nettie. Hello, Johnny.
What's it like to get drunk, Ned?
It's... how drunk?
Good and drunk.
Grand. Brings you to life. After a while, you're not afraid of anything. You feel... well, I don't know. Important.
That must be good. How long can you keep it up?
As long as you last.
Where do you finish?
Where does everybody finish? You die. And that's all right, too. What's the matter, Linda?
Oh, nothing.
I know.
Yes?
Johnny.
Give me some more, Ned.
He's a funny guy, isn't he?
Give me some.
You can tell me about it, dear.
I love the boy, Nettie.
I thought so. Hell, isn't it?
I guess it will be.
Here's luck for you.
I don't want any luck. Oh. I guess what I'd better do is... Oh, maybe I ought to go down. Do you mind? Yes. Nettie.
Come on, dear. Come on.
Poor lad.
For that reason, I'm particularly gratified in seeing you here tonight. And so, my very good friends, I have the honor to announce the engagement of my daughter, Julia, to Mr. John Cade. An event which doubles the pleasure I have in wishing you and them a most prosperous and happy New Year.